Hello and welcome to your 23rd C++ lesson, and in this lesson we're just going to go over simple inheritance. Now I call it simple inheritance, but it's really not amazingly simple, so I'll try and explain everything fully, and hopefully you should understand it. So I'm just going to create our basic program structure. Oops, got an include up here. And we're going to create a class, and this is going to be our base class. And our other classes are going to derive from this class. So we're going to make a class called lights in places. And, oops, class, not a function. There we go. And it's going to have a public section and a private section. And we're going to have a true or false value in the private section, which is going to be called alert light, and that's going to be if there is an alert or something, then this is going to be true and the light's going to be on. So we're going to have that, and in the constructor we're just going to have alert light being set to false. So alert light is false by default. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make our derived classes. So we're now just going to say class, and we're going to go with lights in London, and it's derived from the public lights in places. Okay? So what we have to do now, this is basically, this class, lights in London, it inherits all of the stuff from our class, lights in places. So what we're going to do is lights in London, in fact we're not going to put anything lights in London, we're going to expand on this lights in places a bit more. We're going to make a void function, turn lights on, that's referring to the alert lights. And when you call this, funnily enough, it's going to turn the alert light on. I'm going to make exactly the same thing, but with turning it off. I'm just going to copy and paste that. Save me some time. Turn lights off, and that's going to set it to false. I'm also going to make a get function. So, void, actually, we better make it a bool function, so it can return the value. And yeah, it's going to be a get function, so we're going to say is alert light on, and it's not going to take anything. What it's going to do, it's going to return alert light. So now we have lights in London, which inherits from lights in places. So it has all of these functions and everything. So it pretty much has everything that this has. And we're also going to make another one called lights in Liverpool. So now in our main function, because these are all taken out of the way, because basically they inherit everything from lights in places, so the constructor is going to be the same. They're going to have all these functions, and they're going to have the alert light variable. So now we can make an object. So we're just going to say lights in London, and we're going to name our object lights, or my London lights. I'm going to do the same with the Liverpool. Lights in Liverpool, my Liverpool lights. So now obviously we can control things from here. So I'm going to go my London lights dot, and now obviously you can see we have this whole lot of stuff to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first of all turn my lights on, and then I'm going to see out, are the lights on? And then we're going to do my London lights dot, oops, not get, is light on, this is the one. Can end the line. So now what that's going to do is we've turned the lights on, and then we're saying are lights on. Actually we can put some colons there. Are lights on? And then if the lights are on, if the alert lights are on, it's going to say true. If the alert lights are off, it's going to say false. or what it's actually going to do is it's going to do 1 for true and 0 for false. So now I'm going to do exactly the same thing, but we're going to turn the lights off, and then check again. And then all of this exactly the same, but this time with our Liverpool member. So my Liverpool lights, I'll turn lights on, lights on, my Liverpool lights, is alert light on, my Liverpool lights, turn lights off, and my Liverpool lights, is alert light on. So let's just go through this one more time before we run it. What it's going to do is we have our class called lights in places, and this is a base class. So this is basically a generalized thing for any alert lights in any places. And this has a constructor which automatically sets alert light to false. We can turn the lights on using this function, turn the lights off, and we can check if the lights are on using a get function. And we also have a true or false value called alert light. So what we can do then is create classes which inherit from this base class, and that's what this colon here is for. It means it inherits from. So it inherits from that, and it gets everything from that in its own class. And then obviously we can create specific things, and we can overload the things already made. But that's for a different lesson. This is just simple inheritance. And basically, all that stuff is in these classes. And then what we do, we make objects for both of the classes, and then we turn the lights on, check if they're on, turn the lights off, check if they're on, and then do the same with Liverpool. So it's quite simple. It just uses some simple inheritance. So let's just debug this. So of the lights on 1. So what we do is we turn the lights on, and then we ask if the lights on. Then we turn the lights off. Then we ask if the lights are on. So it should go 1 0 1 0, and that's exactly what it does. 1 0 1 0. So that's basic, really simple inheritance. And all it really is a couple of classes which inherit the stuff from the base class. So that's all for this lesson. It's really simple. Have a play around with it. There's tons of different examples of things you can do. I think on the site I did something about electric fish, and you could turn the fish on and turn the fish off. So have fun with it, and have a nice day.